Scott DeVore, and this is DeVore Live, where we talk all things Jacksonville, business, real estate, and life. I'm here with Anka Deason, a.k.a. Ice Deason, the man himself, Ethan Atude Famin, and Mr. Will Reed. How's everyone doing? Everyone good?
Doing good.
Fabulous,
Today.
fabulous.
Yeah, we got a rundown of some stories. There is a phenomenal ranking for our city of Jacksonville, ranked #1 and related to entrepreneurship. We're going to hit that up. We're going to recap an event we went to. We talked about it a few times, the Downtown Jacks Gala that
So
we
much
threw
fun.
down. And we might get into some Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is in Florida right now, causing a stir. But before we get into it, we talked about this last week. It's the Jacksonville Monopoly, the Monopoly edition of Jacksonville.
Let's go.
Man, this thing came quick. At the end of the show, I placed the order, and it's here. So we're going to do kind of a little bit different setup. If you guys are cool, we're going to unbox it. Are you guys cool with actually playing it?
Yeah, I mean, if y'all cool getting beat.
Well, I was going to say, if you're prepared to lose, that's fine.
Yeah,
I'll play it all
no.
day long.
And
man.
I always lose at this game.
Hey, dang,
but
I'm
it's so
sorry.
much fun anyway.
Yeah, usually.
Sounded like me, man. 'cause,
Actually,
every game I play, I'm going to win.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, I just want to have fun.
Actually, let me be humble. I played traditional Monopoly with the kids a couple weeks back, and my 10-year-old beat me.
Oh, geez.
After about 4 or 5 times around the board, she held Boardwalk and Park Place.
Oh, yeah, it's over.
Yeah, it was. She was just
Oh, look at this.
stacking money after that.
All right, let me read this. So Jacksonville Monopoly, I keep messing up. Monopoly Jacksonville Edition. So it says, welcome to River City. Jacksonville is home to the vibrant and historical neighborhoods, iconic landmarks, sandy shores, the scenic St. Johns River, and a bustling downtown. Enjoy year-round sunshine and appreciate the flip side of Florida, whether you're enjoying a bite of Mayport shrimp or having a roaring good time at the Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens. The Jacksonville edition of Monopoly encompasses all your local favorites. Spend the day chanting Duval at a Jacksonville Jaguars game and end the night satisfying your barbecue cravings at Bono's Pit Barbecue before heading to bed at Margaritaville Beach Hotel. Grab your token to start your journey through the gateway of Florida. Every roll is an adventure in Jacksonville.
Just a quick
love this.
just a quick clarification for the audience and our CEO. It's Bonos.
Bonos.
It's Bonos.
Did I say Bonos?
You said Bonos.
I've been calling it, I've been saying it wrong the
Bono's
whole
gonna be
time.
here. So where does these trump cards go?
Okay, I need help getting the die out.
These are like animal. Where do they go? Here.
I don't know.
What are the trump cards?
Say, read. Well, go through what some of them are.
All right. Let me see.
This is new.
Sand tiger shark.
Okay. Well, does one need to read them, man?
Bro, get out of here. Top Trump quiz. Fact. It's just facts. That's it.
Okay.
There's nothing really do with the game.
You know, this brings back so many good memories. I remember playing the original version with my mom and dad when I was a kid.
Sure.
And we had so many nights and so many hours and hours of fun. And like I said, I was never really good, but the memories are just absolutely priceless.
Absolutely.
Why
I
does
get
this
the
exist?
cat. This is new. Look, this is a new.
Hey, cat.
Let me
Yeah,
go
I get
through
the
some of the destinations. So, I guess the main thing. Where do we start?
Go.
Here.
You start
Go.
on go.
All right. So the main where Boardwalk normally is, Main Street Bridge. So Main Street Bridge is the most iconic piece of real estate in Jacksonville. Does that sound right?
Yeah,
Does that sound right?
I would go with that.
So in the box, they mentioned Margaritaville. I actually stayed at Margaritaville last year for my 20-year anniversary. How about that? It was
That's awesome. What a great place, right on the beach.
right on the beach.
Nice.
It's not that old. It was built maybe just a couple years ago. They call it a resort, but other than the bars and restaurants, there's really not much. There's no spa. There's nothing. But it's new. It's clean. The rooms were ginormous. Like the resort rooms were like
Oh, for
the
real?
biggest. Yeah,
Really?
I was very
Okay.
impressed.
Good deal.
Yeah, it was a decent deal. But yeah, so we have the first spot. Where we go? Where do we start? So Memorial Park. All right, Memorial Park, James Weldon Park. Normally that's kind of the rough parts of town. You know, if you're comparing it to the original park or the original game, does that kind of line up with how they're thinking about Jacksonville?
What start off struggling? Is what you saying?
Yeah, I
that
wouldn't
how
argue
this
It's
with
the
works?
that.
cheapest real estate on
Hold
the
up.
board.
Can I get mine? Let me get the cruise ship. 'Cause we
Y'all,
got a cruise
y'all
right
pick
now.
those.
No.
Oh, there's a cruise ship. That's new too.
Well, it looks like I'm the banker, so I win because
Okay.
y'all are trying to go around this board. Y'all ain't got no money to buy nothing.
Oh, we'll see. Don't we
So-
start off with existing money?
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
Wasn't it
gotta-
like?
yeah, divvy it
how-
out. I don't know.
uh-oh,
Just,
how much
just
was
pass
it?
them
Wasn't it
out.
like
man. We're not
$200 or
playing.
something?
We're not playing an official game, but just spread some cash. We'll make it fun.
All right, we're gonna give everybody.
$1,000.
We're gonna give everybody $750. That's what we're gonna do.
Okay, 750. All right. While you're doing that, let me read some of the other spots. So we got Jacksonville International Airport, Treaty Oak. We all know Treaty Oak. That's that iconic oak tree. What do they call? What kind of oak tree is that? There's a specific
I
name for
don't
it.
know.
All right, but it's officially called Treaty Oak. Downtown Riverwalk. I would think downtown Riverwalk would have been the where Boardwalk usually is. Going in, Iceman, Jacksonville Iceman, Neptune Beach. I think San Marco's on the board somewhere. We got the Jacksonville Zoo,
Yep.
John's River.
Friendship Fountain. Okay, Friendship Fountain, Main Street Bridge. I mean,
Yeah,
Main
it's
Street
huge.
Bridge. I mean, I've seen it from my angle. We're not capturing it on the live, but it's what it is. All right, so I guess I go first since I'm the best. All right, 8. What am I? The car? 1, 2, 3, 4,
We'll
5,
need one of
6,
these.
7, 8. Treaty Oak. All right, I'll buy it. $100. He's controlling the cards.
I got you.
All right. Boom. Treaty Oak, $100. Don't put that in your personal cash. That goes back to the bank. You know how you play. All right. Oh, okay, good. Next. Boom.
Oh, it's going this way.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Great.
All right. So if you get doubles, you roll again. All right. You got oh man, I thought
got-
you landed on my
got
spot.
9.
I thought you landed on my spot. That's right here. Right there. Yeah. Downtown Riverwalk.
Is how much?
120.
120. Uh-oh. You know what? I'm going for
Oh,
it.
she's going for
But
it.
I need change, please, Mr. Banker.
All right. All right. Roll them dice. Let's keep it moving.
Oh, geez.
Oh,
6,
double.
again.
Which one were you?
6. Oh, I got another double. So 6.
Which one are you?
I'm the cruise ship. I'm about to cruise right past you. 2, 4.
6.
How much is that?
100. But you already rolled. You didn't buy it.
I'm about to. No, I didn't know what it was going on. Then I got doubles. 10.
River boats
How much is that?
racing. That's 160.
I'm gonna buy that. Need
Okay.
some change, bro. Whenever you get a
All right,
chance.
roll. Let's
What
keep
did
it
you buy the
moving.
First time.
Another
Ooh,
double.
Look at you.
Oh, now you're in jail. 3 doubles in a row is jail.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
There you I was thinking my properties, all right?
Yeah, the first two.
Yeah, for sure.
What'd you get?
First
You
one.
got the Jacksonville History Center
Yeah, and then this one. Will
and
be
the Atlantic Beach. All right. Someone else see that? Let Will roll. Keep this thing moving.
Yeah, get yours.
There you
only
go.
bought one.
All right.
I bought 2. I got.
You ain't get money for the second one. How much was the second one?
160.
Oh, this is gonna be a good
160,
game, I can tell.
160. All right, roll those dice. All right. Oh, you got 12.
Oh, look
Damn,
at you.
Look at that. You are electric company.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy
Oh,
that.
you got about
Okay,
that.
Go buy that. And we just trust that you bought it. And roll again. You got a 9. You are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay.
What
Local.
was the other one I got?
Jacksonville, this, and Atlantic Beach.
No, I got that one. What's that?
Jacksonville History Center. All right, where's the dice?
I don't know what they're talking about. The Jacksonville Electric Company
Oh, I
is
got doubles. Eight.
way more than $150. They just
I know, right?
they just
Oh,
agreed
man.
to pay
You
the
got some
CEO
Atlantic Beach.
$700,000
I owe
a
you
year.
some rent.
Yes, sir.
All right, here's $50. I have no idea what it is. All right, Anka, go.
All
Damn.
right, let's do
All right,
this.
this game is so fun, man. I'm like, it's bringing
This is
back so many
great.
memories.
I love it.
The last time I
Oh,
played Monopoly was you are Neptune
my
Beach.
Neptune
The
Beach.
last time I played Monopoly was I played the Pugopoly version with my kids because my kids were infatuated with pugs, and I'm pretty sure I won that one when I played, just because I'm a beast and boss like that. All right,
And I really
here you
need
go.
some. Wait a minute. I really need some
Oh, and
beachfront
that-
property.
And, those,
And how much is that?
change.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Guess what? We're only going to go one more round, so we don't have to get that specific.
I need to buy the beach property, please. How much is that?
All right, that's a 6. Oh, you're still in jail. Did you pay to get out of jail?
How much did you pay?
Oh,
to get
you
it?
have to. You try to roll double, so you missed out. Will, it's your turn. All right, roll. Help him find the property. Man, look at you guys just rolling doubles like that, like a boss. So you are community chest. Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
Ah.
All right, chance. Advance to the nearest transport. If unowned, you may buy it from the bank. If owned, pay partner twice the rental
Hold up. Did you get that from there or right here?
from there.
community chest.
It's community.
Well, guess what?
That's
That's,
what
the
it's
one we're
supposed
doing. Look at you guys. Y'all
right.
trying to.
We're just
You
making
can't
up the
take over the
rules.
game and make
We're
over the
just making
rules.
up the rules here.
Is that you're a beach buggy? You want to buy it?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it.
All right, $200.
All right, cool.
$200.
All right,
All right.
well,
Is it
we're
my
good.
turn again?
It is.
Your
All
turn.
right. So if I get doubles, I win the game. All right. Let's go. Ah, damn.
Yeah, you lost.
Six. Where am I at? I'm at chance. Let's see this. I probably wasn't at chance, but advance to the nearest transport. Oh wait, that's the one I just read. Let's read one of these community chests. The Jacksonville Jaguars Foundation created a new girls flag football scholarship. Man, I get flag football scholarship for girls flag football. $200. $200.
Mhm. So this is what happens in Jacksonville. Most family disputes happen at the
Legit.
board game table.
When somebody makes up every rule.
All right, so that's the. So the game ends. I have $800.
Oh.
I have the most money. I win. Bam! I told you I
Oh
was
my
gonna
Scott
win.
wins again.
Yeah, no,
Told
he
y'all.
does not win. If I get my
Told
change
y'all.
back, I would have won. Bet anyway.
All right, man.
It's all good.
The
So what's going
Jacksonville
on in
Edition.
Jacksonville?
That's a lot of fun, though.
Oh, it was a fun game.
All right, we're gonna have to get together and play it the right way. The extended
For
version.
sure.
That'd be
All right,
good.
let's talk about our leading story. You want to talk leading story, or we're going to talk about the gala?
This gala is a leading story.
All right, let's talk about the gala.
That was a
That
big
was a
event.
lot of fun.
All right,
It
so
was
Will wasn't
huge.
there. Will had a lot of other important things going on in life, especially about being serious. But we went, we rolled deep. It was me, Anka, Ethan. We had
Wes was there,
We
yeah.
had Diamond East in there, and we had Danny, the roof guy. We rolled deep. It was a great event. We showed up. We showed out. Y'all, all four of y'all were wearing the hard hats.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had my handyman tie on. It was real cutesy. Had a good time with it. But what are your thoughts? How did you guys think of the setup and how it all went down?
You know what? I thought it was a really fun event. I wasn't 100% sure what to expect, but it was great how creative everyone was. I mean, I know I had my caution tape on. We had the hard hats on. We were really, doing the DeVore thing. Met a lot of really fun and interesting people. That, to me, was the best part of it. And, of course, the band was great. They were from South Florida. They were playing all kinds of great music. There were people dancing. I know we were having a good time. So I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. What was your favorite part about it?
The band was my favorite part, and also the 30 plates of curry rice. that was pretty fun.
Yeah, you crushed it.
Yeah, you as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, they were like probably confused. Why is this guy coming up
Literally.
like every 2 minutes and grabbing 4 plates?
I literally walked up and I was like, "Ma'am, I'm sorry. I know it seems like I'm eating a lot of food." She was like, "It don't matter to us. We already got paid." Anyway, it was a really, really good food.
Those dumplings were on point.
For
Yeah,
real,
yeah.
really, really good. But I think overall, it was a good event. I think it was mission structure. I didn't know it was just one of those things you just go and it's like a big party type. I thought there was going to be at least like some people were speaking, navigating what's going on. There was no really MC. You kind of just, chilled. But other than that, it was good.
Yeah.
Good time.
Well, I think in the same week, the mayor also had an event. So Mayor Donna Deegan had an event, plus she's been doing a series of budget town halls going around. So they may, next time, this is my advice, look at what the mayor's schedule is and work your event around that.
For
you
sure.
know?
Yeah, I got the impression that the mayor would be there. Other dignitary type people, city council folks were going to show up, but no, it wasn't that. But probably we should have done a little bit of research and saw those other events. Or you probably knew that. You probably should have told us ahead of time.
Well, I had just assumed because of the level of kind of publicity they put behind the gala
sure.
that there would at minimum be kind of like a drop-in, but obviously that didn't happen. So
At all.
Yeah, we had a great time. We networked a lot. A lot of great local companies. It was some of the main sponsors were Haskell. Haskell had a live podcast going on. They had Alden White. They had a lot of other like large contractors. Some of the people who are competitors, with us, and just you name it. Like all in all, I thought it was good. It's the first time we went. I thought, like he said, there could have been better structure. The music was good. Just the placement of everything
For
kind of
sure.
was kind of
Crazy.
isolated. Like the music should have been the main draw. That was kind of tucked in the very back.
Yeah.
A lot of people were crowded around the food, and that kind of made that area busy. Where they, again, they didn't do it like in a formal conference,
Yeah.
like setting. They did it in a huge lobby of was it the ViStar building?
Yeah.
The ViStar building.
It was dope. Like in terms of, man, I always love big windows. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, and weather was good. We ended up walking from our building over there, so all that stuff was cool. It would have been cool to see like just somebody MC it that take the night. You know what I mean? Usually, you know, those galas, you're really looking forward to, you know, whoever is like the MC. You know, they're cracking jokes. They're making sure people are warm and welcome. Hey, we have these people here. I don't know, prizes for the most tickets sold by company. I don't know, things like that.
Yeah,
So,
We're gonna go back next year.
100%.
Absolutely.
We're gonna turn up next year for sure. I'm
Yeah,
gonna put my name in for the hat. Can we MC it? We'll see.
Yeah, we need to figure out who the POC is
Yeah.
to let them know. Like, you know, we do events, we do all types of stuff at DeVore Capital,
100%.
not just construction, real estate development.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
We're a full
Media, everything. Oh yeah, we do it
Yes,
all.
sir. Yes, sir.
Well, it'll be
do
fun
that.
to see what next year's theme is. But yeah, definitely want to go
Yeah.
again.
Oh, yeah.
Under
The good thing about the hard hats is that we can reuse them.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So
for sure.
that little handyman tie and the yellow suspenders. Unfortunately, I'm probably never gonna wear those again.
Hey, the yellow sweaters look good on you, bro.
Oh, yeah, thanks,
look
man.
good,
I
yeah.
appreciate it. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
and that's why I didn't spend a lot of money on my outfit.
Yeah.
The suspenders were $6, and the tie was 11.
Yeah, well,
Jeez, just the vest I got was like $36 for
Hey.
that high visibility vest.
caution tape, $4.99 at Walmart.
Hey.
Nice.
But it's events like that just show, you know, with the turnout that you saw, that Jacksonville is a thriving city. It's
For
a
sure.
growing city. There's a lot of opportunity here, and you know, you said competitors, but to a certain extent that is true. But there is also a lot of collaboration with what's going on in the city. You know, you take an organization like Haskell. You know, I know a lot of guys that have, you know, done ventures with them and through them and for them. And it's, you know, for the city to get to the next level, that's what it's going to take is, you know, a lot of collaborative minds getting together. And how can we work together to take this city to the next level? Which I think that's in part why that Forbes article come in and said, you know, this is the number one city for entrepreneurs, which, you know, they credited, you know, kind of cost of living and certain things like that, especially depending on where you come from. You know, looking at that list, you know, I'll go negative for a minute. The 10 worst cities for entrepreneurs were cities in California, New York, and Washington State, right? I mean, that's not a big surprise to
for
anybody.
sure.
Right, no.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so for Jacksonville and Tampa to be number 1 and 2 collectively on that list was pretty solid.
Yeah,
Pretty exciting.
Let's talk about that article. So Forbes came out with this article just the other day. Survey reveals top 10 cities for entrepreneurs. Florida was crushing it, number 1 and 2, Jacksonville. Some of the factors of the rankings was low cost of living. Obviously, with Florida being in a tax-free state, a lot of factors. So when I moved here to Jacksonville, this was top of my everything I was, you know, thinking about, involved with in this transition of being a corporate person to going full-time into entrepreneurship. I lived in one of the worst cities. I think it's number 1, if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I was living in Los Angeles.
It's on there. It's a
Yeah,
little.
LA is 9, so, you know, not number 1. New York is number 1. Well, I was living in LA, the 9th worst city for entrepreneurship. And when I was wrestling with, okay, do I try to make my move and stay in Los Angeles, where the cost of living is high, one of the highest in the world? There's a lot of, you know, the state taxes on top of the federal tax. I mean, they get you everything. The sales tax is insane. The commutes are insane. Just other than the weather, I don't know why anyone really wants to live in LA, but the weather is so great. It almost neutralizes all the other negative stuff. So I decided, hey, I think my best shot is moving to Florida, and I picked Jacksonville, primarily because of all the factors that we mentioned. And, you know, I did have some family in the area, so I knew making that transition was going to work. But, you know, if you're an entrepreneur looking to make that move, you know, this is a great article. You know, at DeVore Capital, you know, the sponsor of the DeVore Live podcast, we're construction and real estate development. You know, we cater to entrepreneurs. Like on the real estate side, our niche is working with the real estate investors who are licensed agents. So people are looking to make a move, very entrepreneurial. You know, we love this city. We are big advocates of everything that's happening, all the growth and development, and just being downtown in the heartbeat of the city where all the development is taking place. It's just an exciting time to be here. E, what are you thinking about this ranking of Jax?
Man, top tier. And I love Jacksonville. Obviously, we've been here for about 12, 13 years. But one thing I love about it, and Will said it, and what he shared was the collaboration. And I think, if you want to go far, they always say you want to go far, go with people. And I think if you are a solopreneur and you're looking for maybe a space to get in or a lane to run in with people, Jacksonville, because it is an up and coming city, you can do that very easily. Just like connecting that, even though as I may have some negatives on the gala was good because you got to connect with like-minded individuals. But even beyond that, there's land to be taken. There's buildings to be built, and I think there's a city to be won. And we are the new Bowl City of the South soon. Look, we're getting there, Miami. Watch out, 305 to 904. We'll get there in about 5-10 years. But also, one thing I would say is, there's a lot of diversity in Jacksonville, and you go to different spots. Like you can be, a cowboy on the west side, or you can be a city slicker downtown. You go to the south side, you can be whatever you want to be. And so, hey, let's do it.
Yeah, we started a new sales rep this week who coming from the same place of LA that I was from, and she made the very similar comment I made. Like Jacksonville is a lot like LA, like in the diversity.
Yeah, for sure.
LA is a bunch of actual small cities.
Literally,
that's called LA.
Yeah.
It's LA County. Jacksonville is one large city with neighborhoods. So they're not. They used to all be cities, and then years ago, I never who Will's from here. When did all the cities just become Jacksonville? Pop quiz. Okay, I thought you would just like spit out the exact data, just like you spit out Monopoly. Jacksonville version came out originally in 2006.
2002. I did some.
Okay, so you fact checked ChatGPT. Very good.
Very
good.
Yep.
But it was Calford before it was named Jacksonville, right?
Long time ago. Yeah.
It was called Calford.
Yeah, the city was called
Oh,
Calford.
okay. I didn't know
Really?
that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what a Calford.
Yeah.
It's like it's prized as traditional name and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So.
Yeah, so
I love
Jacksonville
history.
is making moves. It's been making noise for a long time, and we're here really when things are starting to pick up.
Yeah,
I know
100%.
for a long time the locals everyone is just all talk, no action. But man, you really see it now, especially with the cranes. You see cranes. When you see
Everywhere.
cranes, there's like
Yeah.
big building going on.
And a lot of whoever is listening to me that is in charge of anything our roads and stuff, listen to me. Traffic right now is crazy because
It's crazy.
they're doing so much infrastructure changes and all kinds of stuff. But man, to get home about an hour and a half, 2 hours the other day, I was like,
Wow, yeah.
at every major junction, I'm backed up.
Yeah.
Which is cool. It shows movement. It shows we're making changes. to
Yeah,
get
but
to
in the
where we need to be.
meantime,
For
right?
Sure. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of that article where there's so much opportunity for entrepreneurs to come in. Just because you're not wrong when you say that the mass, was kind of waiting, and that's people in general. People, man, if you find yourself consistently saying they should do that, then maybe it's probably you. If they should open this type of store, or they should put this in, or they should do maybe that they is you. And that's what happened for so many years. There was a lot of people saying they should do, and then now we have an influx of individuals coming in and saying I will. And that's what's cool about Jacksonville. Meeting people all the time that are like, yeah, I can do that. Just like you came here, like, yeah, I'll come somewhere where, I got some family, but starting in, a new business, a new industry, and let's just take it. And it's pivoted along the way, and you got to adapt to things that are happening in the marketplace. But also, vision changes sometimes. Like you knew you wanted to be an entrepreneur, you knew you wanted to be a successful entrepreneur.
I thought you were going to say sexy.
No, I wasn't going to say that.
Okay.
But you didn't know you were going to be a GC. Right, that wasn't part of the original vision, right? So things can grow and things can happen. So it's just a tremendous amount of opportunity here because there's people moving to the area that are saying I will, and that's what's cool.
Definitely. I mean, you can look pretty much anywhere. Even just our little area right down here. If you look at what's happened to the landing area, and like you were saying, there's construction everywhere on literally every street corner. There's cones and things are moving and shaking. All these new businesses that have opened up. I mean, we moved here, about 15 years ago, and we actually moved to Jacksonville pretty much sight unseen. We literally picked it, just kind of pointed at the map and said, this is where we're going because it's close to where my family is, which is in Savannah, Georgia. And we got here and we thought, what have we done? Because literally it was like, there's not a whole lot going on here. And considering where we moved from, which is Denver, Colorado, which was an amazing place to live, still is, I'm sure. It's like we get here and we're like, oh, what have we done? And in this 15-year stretch, about 8 years ago or something, all of a sudden new blood comes in. things just go booming. It's exciting. It's really cool. Look at all the new businesses that have opened up just here on Bay Street alone. It's so I can see where this article comes out. I can see Jacksonville has so much to offer.
Yeah, I was going to say, you kind of touched a nerve when you mentioned the landing, because I'm still sad that it's gone, and I probably always will be.
Yeah, it had to go though.
The landing was the like as a kid, you'd go on field trips, and we'd hit the Museum of Science and History. We'd do things at the Florida Theater. Like they would come down here, we'd do those, and the landing was always the place we'd go for lunch. You know, you'd go into the landing, you go to the pizza spot, and you just hang out. And as a kid,
pizza.
it was just amazing, you know. And it's all gone.
Well, they're creating this amazing new park, though. It looks like it's got fountains and things for kids. And
I don't need a park.
Really
I need quality pizza. Okay,
you know,
we can find that for
I went
you.
to one of the best concerts ever at the Landing. Friends and Family, Andy Mineo, Social Club,
That was at the
Wordplay.
Landing?
Yeah, that was at the Landing.
Wow.
I forget the name of I don't even know if it was a venue. It's probably just a bar. But a great time. Christian hip hop concert there. And
Yeah.
now it's been
Was Wordplay
destroyed
with
for a
him?
long time.
Was Wordplay with
Yeah,
him?
Wordplay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah.
You know, obviously, as we're talking about entrepreneurs and kind of winding down this segment, what are some few tips you would give entrepreneurs? What are some things that, man, somebody who is maybe a new entrepreneur on the scene, maybe within a year, or somebody who's looking to get into entrepreneurship, what are some things that they should look for, some things they should be hopeful for, maybe some roadblocks you guys can help, that they can evade? Anybody want to take a shot at that?
If you do it alone, you're wrong. You know, find mentorship, find some accountability, find a mastermind, find people that have already moved past where you want to go, and roll with them.
Yeah.
Right. Because you come in and you try. The solo entrepreneur is an amazing opportunity for an individual, but doing it solo is it can be detrimental to your business, to your personal life. You got to have that accountability in place, and good solid masterminds are a good way to do that.
Yeah. So entrepreneurship, business, or in general, you're solving a problem. So what is the problem you're trying to solve? Like Will said, find someone who's solved that problem, to a degree better than you. Figure out how you can connect with them, you can learn from them, get into those type of like-minded, networking groups so you can learn from. Just like from practicality, I mentioned I moved here because it was a lot cheaper to live in Jacksonville than California. And I knew that the city has been very accepting of outsiders. And, it still holds on to its traditions. So it's not, we're not going, even though there's a lot of people moving from the West Coast and up north, from like states that you would consider like probably a lot more liberal than Florida. But, it still holds on to the values and the traditions. So good values, traditions, those things, I think, equal very good, success, percentages for business as well. So we're a great city for being open-minded, where I think in the past the city wasn't so open-minded to a lot of the change. I think that has, evolved just because of a lot of the, the good old boy network is kind of like getting out of business, retiring, and they're not so active anymore. But, just another tip, just reach out to us at DeVore Capital. We work a lot of entrepreneurs, like-minded people, and we'll connect you. We'll open up doors and we'll connect you with others and things like that. But you guys want to talk Andrew Tate?
Hey.
So this is making the rounds. So Andrew Tate is, I would say he's friends with someone who we look up to, that we get a lot of mentorship and business guidance from, Patrick Bet-David. So he was on his podcast 2 days ago, I believe, and flew in from Romania. So there's a lot surrounding Andrew Tate. So I want to, as we kind of go through it, we'll probably share how we personally think about him in the situation. But I guess the headline is Governor DeSantis. When someone asked him the question, I don't know if he kind of was put on the spot. He was like, "Hey, what are you going to do about Andrew Tate? He's in Florida." And I heard Governor DeSantis' response, but then I heard Andrew Tate's response to it, and I actually like the way Andrew Tate responded to DeSantis, and DeSantis basically saying what he said. So, Tate is he's a U.S. He's born in the U.S., lived here until he was 8, moved to England, so he has dual citizenship. And there's, whether you like Andrew Tate or not, he's very polarizing. He has, he's one of the best communicators of our time. And as much as I'm not even really a big fan of his, there's a lot of stuff that he says I just don't agree with. But I was agreeing with his kind of his response to when he heard about Tate. I mean, he heard about DeSantis saying, basically was trying to find something to, not necessarily convict Andrew Tate of, but to basically trying to charge him for something just because of his, what am I trying to say? Kind of the baggage that comes around with him. Where this guy obviously is allowed to travel, Romania. He is still under, investigation. I think it was
Right.
appealed or so, but there's charges. But he's still a free person. He's never been convicted of anything.
Yeah.
He was under house arrest for a long time. He's now been allowed to travel. He just has to report back to Romania once a month. And so he, as a U.S. citizen, he comes here to the U.S. and he's doing some speaking and, other things like that. And he's a free person. He's allowed to do that. So then for DeSantis to basically charge the attorney general to see if there's anything they can find Andrew Tate, guilty of, to, use that as a way to, get him locked back up or whatever. I just didn't like that because that doesn't sound like a free society to me.
Absolutely not.
Sounds like a punk move. Sorry.
Yeah, it's
I would agree with that.
and I can getting caught off guard, but for the most part, I like DeSantis and I like some of the things he's done, and I'm not a fan of Andrew Tate, but he is a free human being created in the image of God, and if we look at our society in comparison to most other free societies and how their judicial system runs, like you said, his case was kicked back. They didn't have any evidence. They couldn't bring it to trial. There might have been some, inappropriate things done on the judicial side, but they still have his bail conditions in place, right? That wouldn't happen in the United States, right? In the United States, if it goes to the grand jury or it goes, we don't have enough here, right? You're free to go, right? So for the governor of what most people would say is the freest state in the union to say that I'm going to go after you to find something.
Texans won't say
come
that.
on, man. That's just not how we operate here in America. You are innocent until proven guilty, and whatever happens over there, I mean, this has been going on for a long time. I mean, they kept a guy locked up in his house for a year and a half, and if you can convict, you can convict. Also in America, we have the right to a speedy trial. And sitting under house arrest and under different indictments for 3-4 years, I mean that's not a speedy trial. So we should be applauding our society and our system of doing things more than we should kind of creating a lynch mob after one guy.
Also, somebody of that power, of that magnitude, doing something like that, I think I think it's foolish, and I think it's one less thing he needs, because obviously he wants to make a presidential run at some point. You know what I mean? And so you get all this publicity, and obviously it's on PBD podcast, one of the top news resources out there. So obviously it's going to be conversation, it's going to be speculation, and all that stuff around it. But it also goes to the human condition of man, sinners, and we're all jacked up, but. It only takes one accusation or something like that to smear somebody's name, right? Even if you don't believe it or you do believe it, it still has a smear. So, if somebody says something about, let's say you, even though it may be debunked and disproven, you still have that kind of man, why would somebody go and do all this to say? And so it meets that need in terms of why is DeSantis doing it? I really want to get to know what's going on in his mind and his heart. Is he being pushed by somebody else to do it? So there's a lot of questions, that I do have for sure.
You big Andrew Tate fan?
My jury's kind of out on that one, to be perfectly honest. There's so many things to take into consideration, but when it gets right down to the nitty gritty of it, I would agree, with everybody here, where it's we have certain things in America that make America absolutely phenomenal and great. I know this. I mean, my family moved here from a different country as well. We moved here from Germany over 50 years ago. And I know this country is the greatest in the world. No doubt, hands down, this is the most amazing place ever. And part of what makes us great are the systems that we have in place. And you all know I'm big on systems and stuff. But, there's justice and there's certain things. And, whether you like this guy or not is almost irrelevant. It's still, like you're saying, he's a human being, hasn't been convicted, is still out there. So there's certain things you just whether you like them or not, you still have to kind of deal with that. And I think that's only fair.
Yeah. Because are you really free? Like, is that? I mean, I get it. Like, he's not necessarily in jail or whatever. But once you go on that kind of campaign to destroy somebody, like I feel like mental captivity is way more. Sometimes it could be as significant as being like actually incarcerated because you're destroying somebody's image and likeness. You know what I mean? But we push on.
No, and you look at the we talk about it as an entrepreneur and as business owners is the mental toughness that you got to bring to the game
For sure.
every single day.
For sure.
A lesser man would have crumbled under the pressure of everything that he's been through. So while I am not saying anybody go sign up for his mentorship, but there is something to be said to have the confidence in knowing who you are, what you stand for. And he's like, listen, I'm not running. End of the month, I'll be back in Romania and I'll stand in front of everybody because I'm not going to run. I'm not going to hide, and that's something to be applauded because you see, as a man who follows Jesus, having the boldness to stand firm in your convictions, right? And obviously, me and Tate disagree on our religious preferences, but it's like, no, I'm going to do the right thing the right way because that's what I'm supposed to do. And if you want to persecute me, then you can persecute me, but I'm going to stand and do the right thing the right way, and that's what we should all do. So there is a lesson to be learned in just kind of mental toughness in dealing with adversity, because he's had a lot of it, and we all go through different things that we're like, hey, if this guy can go through that, my thing's not really that bad. I can handle it.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's get Andrew Tate on. How about we just have him here next week for the
we'll call him.
We'll
Sure.
just make a phone call, make it happen.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Just my personal preference on Andrew Tate. And as I say this, you guys want to play another round of Monopoly that I'll probably win again. But
I don't want to play with a cheater.
Yeah, for sure. Making the rules as you go. You kidding me?
I just for him, obviously, there's some things that he says that I'm like, yeah, I like it. Especially, a lot of men aren't very masculine. A lot of men aren't being leaders like they need to be. But for the kind of the extreme alpha male and how it's not congruent with like what true strength is that Jesus would show, there's so much that is uncongruent with it. And what surprises me is a lot of Christian leaders or people who, claim to be faithful. I'm not trying to judge anybody. A lot of them just really seem to admire these things about Andrew Tate. And then as I look into, and again, I don't spend a lot of time looking into Andrew Tate and all the cases, but a lot of his claims are, oh, I said some things, 12 years ago. Who hasn't said something 12 years ago? But when you actually look into it, these were things that he was saying just a year prior. I'm like, but because he's such a great communicator, not that he's trying to spin it, but he's saying it in a way where it's very eloquent in how he speaks, where you just kind of believe it. But then if you actually truly looked at the data, I'm like, okay, it's questionable. Now, was he a trafficker and all these things? I don't know, probably not, but I don't know all the details.
Sure.
But he definitely was, he wasn't a saint. Not that he's claiming to be a saint, but for, a lot of people who I would say are very strong conservative people of the Christian faith to really just come to his side and defend them. I'm like, okay, are you defending free speech and right to a fair trial? Because I don't think that's what you're doing. I think you're trying to defend him and his principles. I'm like, which is kind of confusing to me. And I saw that from so many people that just made me kind of wonder, people I look up to.
Yeah, it is puzzling when you look at how people respond to certain things, without having all the facts, right? We create a bias quickly with very little information. But it's also, we live in the world of social media influencers, and we do a lot of media here. And that's why being authentic and being consistent in front of that camera, right? The more you put yourself out there, the more what you say is going to be dissected. So if you're just flying off of emotion and trending topics, making a statement that is going to get clicks and views, but it's not what you really believe, it doesn't matter what you really believe because it's what you said, right? So if you're saying it for attention, you're going to be held accountable to that.
100%.
So be
Yeah.
consistent.
Rightfully
be,
so.
Right. Be consistent. Do the right thing, the right way, the right time. You know, that's just the way to do it.
Every time, yeah.
I had this quote that I was like, that it was a few years ago. I said, somebody asked you, what do you want to do in 10 years? I said, I want to be doing the right thing with the right people at the right time.
And here you are.
You know, hey, for sure. Well, we're doing the right thing, but he don't mess up the game, so I don't know if he's being right. But it's all good.
All right, let me see those dice there.
Yes, sir.
So if I roll doubles,
Yes, sir.
odds or evens, and I win this next game. Look at that. Odds. I won the second game. Look at that. All right, man. 2 for 2
Hey,
in this Jacksonville
He's literally
Monopoly.
flipping a coin that is like double-headed, and he's like, heads or tails.
Hey, next time the three of us are playing, okay?
for
I'm
sure.
just saying.
For sure.
Hey, this is DeVore Live, brought to you by DeVore Media, sponsored by DeVore Capital Group, the leading construction real estate development company based out of downtown Jacksonville. Some of the core services is residential and commercial roofing. So whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, reach out to the DeVore Capital Group to get information of all your roofing needs. And also by DCRE, the real estate wing of the DeVore Capital Group. We cater to the real estate investor who's also a licensed agent, but we do traditional buy and sell transactions. So reach out to us as well. Until next time, peace and love. God bless.
Whoop.